Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's Friday. Friday is request day, and today's map was requested by Summit P. Mukwana back in January. It's been voted in by the BonBon buddies over on Patreon, and it's going to prove a point. It's going to prove 2 points actually. One of them is that I am broken, and secondly that the Steam search engine and the Steam chart shows are not fit for purpose. Well, you kind of knew that anyway, which is I think why many of you come to this show. This map is really good. I'm saying it right now, saying it up front. This map is really good. I did actually make a note of it when it came out, and it's on my long list, and eventually I would have got around to reviewing it, and being on the request list has pumped it up, and it's being reviewed a bit sooner than it would have been. But has it been in the Steam monthly map chart show? No. It fleetingly edged its way into the week's top 10 and then fleetingly whizzed back out again. It's not good enough. It is not good enough. So I'd like you to support me, I'd like you to support the channel, I'd support this map by hitting the like button. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people, and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. And we'll do something about this map a little bit later, I promise. It's Cannon Cape by a Grey Flame. And what I would like you to do, if I'm wrong, then that's fine. Unsubscribe to the channel and bugger off, that's fine. But if I'm right, after this show finishes, start square there guys, if I'm right, after the show finishes, I want you to go over to the Steam Workshop, and I just basically give this a thumbs up. Give this map a thumbs up, because seriously, how is it not currently resources there? How is it not in the top 10? How is it not in the top 5? I don't know. It's a mass transit map. We have got a list of things to subscribe to. It's not the world's longest list, but there is a list, and it's worth it. It's one of these occasions that is worth it. Now, I said that I am broken as well. Yes, I'm going to hold my hands up and say I'm actually narrating this at 6 in the morning. I started recording this at 1 in the morning. I've been up all night with it. I've been behind because of other purposes. I did select the right theme, but I forgot I had Theme Mixer switched on, and the very last map that I reviewed, or I worked with, not reviewed actually, the very last map that I worked with used the Theme Mixer, and I forgot to switch it off. On the plus side, I have had a look back at the map with the correct theme. The correct theme should be Clara. It's Clara with the Springwood Lut. Just looking at some, there's not really much to talk about apart from just look at it. It's wow, yeah? It's just wow. Okay. So anyway, so it should be Clara with the Springwood Lut. Oh, one little thing I would change here is it's elevated here, elevated on the other side. The bit that goes to the ground in the middle, I think short enough that it could be made as elevated even if it's at ground level. That's just the one little tiny weeny thing. It's not a fault. It's just a little thing that I personally would change. So yes, that's what it should be. What I'm actually using in terms of theme mix is basically, it's based on Rye Bluffs, and we've got a couple of the other themes mixed into it. I'll try and include them into the description if you want to try and match up this. If you want to match up the screenshots, then basically just go with the oh look, hang on. We've got a little side road goes off here. If you don't want to go down and be dragged onto the roundabout, we can just come down here. See if, look, there's not even in plants clipping. There's no plants clipping. There should be plants clipping on that. Is so tight on that intersection. Anyway, so you can bypass the roundabout by coming all the way down here along the edge of the coast. But also, look, it's the Avengers roundabout. This is amazing work, okay? Look at the flow of the traffic coming around here and just skipping around the edge of the roundabout. That is just beautiful work. I am really impressed with that. Not only that, right, the bottom line in the A of the Avengers here with these rocks. Okay, these rocks are not straight. They're just not straight at all, are they? Yeah, well, if you pull up in a second, we pull up. Now look, how good is that? Unbelievable, really unbelievable. So yes, if you want to match the screenshots, go with Clara and with Springwood LUT. If you want to match what I'm doing here, go with Rye Bluffs with the theme mixer and whatever I put into the description, and you'll have a match for this. I actually prefer this. And because I can't go back and re-record, I just haven't the time to do it. I haven't got the energy to do it. I need some sleep. Because of all that, I'm actually going to rate it based on what I'm seeing now. That's, I think, the only fair way of doing it. I thought that tree was clipping through the road then, and that's why I went back to it. And nope, it wasn't. Start square. Okay, we're now at the start square. Start square is kind of like this. We've got water on both sides, the harbour on one side, this little river thing on the other side. Doesn't quite reach the ocean on the far right over here. Reaches the beach, but doesn't quite reach the ocean. What do you think so far, guys? I'm sorry I haven't spoken much about the map yet, just about the problems, but I think it's only fair. I mean, I just can't re-record this. I haven't got time. I just haven't got time for anything these days. And oh, hang on, what have we got up here? Ah, now this is a conundrum by Nutty Crunch. It's a lovely asset, but French residence apartments. You writing in French or you writing in English? I don't know. I don't get it. Factoids, because factoids. Let me find one. I haven't even read this in advance. On her trip to the Arabian Gulf in 1979, Queen Elizabeth II was presented with a solid gold chain-mailed chainmail is a completely different thing. Chainmail pinafore. I bet she looked ever so pretty in it. I don't know if you would have worn it, actually. My goodness. Anyway, yes, so French Residence Apartments by Nutty Crunch. That is a really nice thing. And again, I might be using that in Duvo, because Duvo will return. But will it return tonight? The answer is almost certainly no. At the time of recording this, I haven't even started looking at assets. Oh, I have got the assets, but haven't looked at what I'm going to do with them. Recording it, I just don't see that I'm going to get the time. Sorry, it will return. It's just I've got so much to do when I've been, if I'm not working on tutorials and working on WhatsApp and everything else, I've got one or two other projects on the go at the moment, which are priorities. Duvo will return, I promise. As much as anything, I want it to return. Look at this forest road. Look at this forest road. We got any encroaching foliage here at all? We haven't, have we? It is stunning. Absolutely stunning. A lot of these plants I think are hand placed. Well, they've got to be. They absolutely have got to be. Roundabout with the rocks in the middle. We're going to go this way. We're going to go this way because this is an interesting route, this one. I think we'll definitely, you'll see this in a minute. It's a route to nowhere and to everywhere at the same time. Did I make any sense there? Probably not. But we're going to have some switchbacks in a minute, which will make an awful lot of sense. It's just beautiful forest road. Absolutely glorious. Yeah, switchbacks here. So it doesn't really look like it's needed, does it? It looks relatively flat. But if we switch the terrain lines on, look at this. Now look at the contour lines as we go down, and they're roughly equidistant all the way. So this road is a steady, gradual decline all the way down the side of the hill. Not in lumps and bumps, and it doesn't level out. It's just a gentle decline all the way down till we get to the bottom. When we get down here, we've got a little turn off, and we will take the left. But if we were to go straight on, you'll get down to your secondary build location. It's like a second town area, because it's not a big city build, this one, I wouldn't have thought. So that would be where your secondary town is. Up the switchbacks here until you get to this road, And this road is the other entrance to that secondary town. If I pull right back, you'll see how it loops around and back to itself. So it's the road to nowhere and the road to everywhere. I knew I made some kind of sense there. Right, cutting underneath the power lines. The power lines aren't connected up with anything, but they are in place and it's covered in the description. I'm quite happy with the reason why they're there, and I think they're very well done indeed. And I don't know if you're absorbing all these glorious vistas that I keep showing you. I'm not really talking too much about them. I'm just like zipping over things. There's a lot in this map. A lot. In terms of detailing, there is a freak load of detailing in this map. Just tree placement. Also, I can tell you, tree placement is phenomenal. Tree selection's phenomenal as well. But my goodness me. Now, the next thing we're going to look at, which is the rail, I am going to let this go a little bit. Just a little bit. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. You see, I reckon there are, it's hard to tell with the being down here in the light, but I reckon there are trees leaning into the catenaries all the way down. Now, I'm going to suggest that this rail line shouldn't have catenaries. It shouldn't. I think that this should be, if you've got the catenary replacer mod, replace this line with the just a regular rail line, and you will be free of encroaching. That's okay with that one there. But yeah, there's quite a few, I believe. I didn't stop and analyze them individually. All told, I don't know. It's a tricky one to call, because I don't really want to lose a star for detailing on a map that is as high detailed as this is, and the quality of detailing on this one. But equally, if you've got, I might let one go normally. I don't think I can let a whole bunch of them go. And I didn't slowly crawl through and double check. So yes, it's a tough one. It is a very tough one. I would just upgrade the rail, get rid of the catenaries, and just have it as a regular electrified line, which is pretty cool. Anyway, look at this. See the way the rail, it's just been smooth all the way, and look where it's going to end up, down at the docks, and that's come through this island is not flat. This island is not flat, and I have had not one single grumble about that. Okay, it's time for a little bit of Zach, and when we come back, we'll have a look at the shipping.
Are your soggy little Sims constantly getting even more soggy? Are you continuously drowning your trees and soaking your city? Then you need BonBonB's flood management tutorial. Click the information button now.
I promised you shipping, and we've got shipping. It's one main shipping route that comes across this part of the island, and then goes across the top part of the island, and then we have one shipping route which will enter the harbour. And my concern was with these harbour walls and breakwaters that you're going to see, but I think we're probably okay. I think it's touch and go, but I think we're probably okay. Probably. You have to use your skill just to be sure when you lay down your harbours in there. A water flow. This is the river that runs down one side of the start square. It's not the world's strongest river, but I would suggest that this is the river that you'd be pumping into, and then you'd be drawing water by pumping out of the harbour. So that's what I was. Basically, it works perfectly fine, is what I'm telling you. So yeah, I imagine you'd be drawing water from here and pumping into that river. Let's have a look at the rivers, though. Okay, so down here somewhere there's a water source, and see how the water just like it's dry now, and it's wet around about here. That is, for me, the perfect water source. That is just beautifully done. Grey Flame, beautifully done. You know it anyway. I don't know why you're probably just sat there going, yep, I know, yes, and I know as well. That was lovely. The river stays a night river. It's a stream stroke river. That's a small river. A brook. A brook, maybe. A creek. I don't know. We don't really have creeks in the UK, but I don't think this is a UK map. And then we follow this down, and we have it starts opening up. It gets a little bit wider. I mean, it's just all naturally progressive. It's beautiful. Then we've got some rocks because the river's starting to slow down. Why is it slowing down? It's because it's entering a lake. So yes, and we've got some logs in the water there as well, trapped in the rocks. Nice idea, that one. I think I might steal that one myself. And then, you know, just it's a lake. It's not a round lake or a square lake or an oval lake. It's a lake with shape and reason. There's a reason it is this shape. Down here, we've got a little bit of marshland going on down here as well. If you call it marshy land, not really marshland. But you can see how soggy that is. That is just beautiful again. Then the river continues down to the sea. Down here, once again, a rocky brook down here as well. Past some trees. There might be some trees here as well, and some grasses. Under the bridge we go. Onwards, and then down here, this is a little water exit down here. All rocky. You can call it a waterfall. It's not really a waterfall, but you know, you've got the old Rockies going on there. Then out to the sands, and the sands, it feels really, the whole thing feels super realistic. Like the way that widens up, you can see how that's been eroded over time. Okay, the water's only exiting through one small point of that. There is another one down here that I like less even, and that's this one. I don't dislike it, but I feel that this one should be, I think the stream here should be about 50% wider than it is there. It doesn't really widen at all down the length of it, and I just I'm not feeling this one so much. I mean, it's still phenomenal. I mean, I'm comparing it with the other stream, which is just super phenomenal. This is 20 times better than most other rivers and streams that we see in custom maps. And I'm grumbling about the exit. I'm grumbling about how it reaches the sea, but only in comparison to the other one. I think it just could be a smidge wider. That's my only mumble with that one. Let's have a look at what else we got going on down here. Oh, the rock work along the coastline. I mean, this. How real is that? I mean, I thought my lighthouse island on St. Catherine's Point was real, but this is just amazing. I am in awe. I really am in awe. Start Square is not very flat. This is not an easy map to build on. First of all, you haven't got huge build planes, and it's not particularly flat either. So if you're a beginner, not a map for you. If you don't know how to build on hills, probably not a map for you either. If you want to build a huge city, it's not a map for you. Having said that, if you want to do a small local area build with you know, a couple of small towns, and if you're a detailer, this is the map for you. How do I grade that on gameplay? It's impossible, really. Let's have a quick look at the docs while we're down here, and I now remind you that it is your chance to vote on this map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. It goes towards the end of the month, Viewers' Choice Top 10, where we place the top 10 maps of the month. I would suggest that you vote on the map as you're seeing it here, and not with the assumed correct theme and LUT. I actually do prefer it this way. I think this is a better look. So how do I rate this map? Well, aesthetically, it is stunning. Absolutely stunning. It's 5 stars through and through. For detailing, it pains me. It pains me. It is a 5-star map for detailing. But those rails, I think we should have had a catenary-free rail line if we're going to have encroaching trees. I have to lose a star for it because it could be more perfect than it is. But it pains me. I just shouldn't be docking at a star for that. But there we are, 4 for detail. Gameplay potential, I've given it a long hard thought. I think that for most people this is going to be a 4-star map. For the detailers, for people with higher skill levels. This is definitely 5-star. Mark this as you like. For me, I don't think I'm that highly skilled. I really don't. I'm giving it 4 for gameplay. Cannon Cape by Grey Flame. It is phenomenal. How is it not in the Steam charts? I don't know. I'm giving it my BonBonB seal of approval. I would love for you guys to go and get this into the charts. Get yourself onto the Steam Workshop right now. You know, go over to the map page. That's what I'm trying to say, and like it up. It deserves at least 1 week or 1 month in the Steam Monthly Map Chart show. Surely, I'd love to see it. Help a guy out, won't you? Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and subscribing. Probably won't be a Devo tonight, but if there is, bingo! I might see you tonight. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.